Hey guys, DubsKennedy. It's what we've all been waiting for, the gameplay trailer. It is 12 o'clock my time. Let's just get right into it. Okay, pre-alpha. Alright. There's a lot going on. Oh, that looks familiar. I'm gonna have to come back to that one. I move my mouse. I won't touch my computer. Okay. What? Pathfinder's in the game. You got 4-man squads. This map has 5 capture points. Oh, please fly into the dust storm. Please. He's gonna avoid it. Damn. Yo, this is pre-alpha. And these explosions, and if you can kind of block out the music, the ambient sounds of war sound so good. And I mean, the explosions look good, but everything sounds good too. Damn. It's just like actually not that far off from cinematic. Okay, so we're changing attachments. Heard this might be a thing. Ooh, is that from the cinematic trailer? That was interesting. Distortion. Oh man, that map looks so nice. I just have a feeling that map will be my favorite map, the India one. Give us a beta date. Give us a beta date. We want a beta date. Coming October 22nd. That's not a beta date.
Play it on the all-new Xbox.
Okay. So, there's some things. There's some things I want to go over that I noticed. So, first things first, right? This is pre-alpha on an Xbox. This is a Microsoft showcase. This game looks and sounds really good. So, I think that's great for console players, right? Like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big bump up for console players. Especially if you're playing on the... I'm assuming this is the next-gen consoles. You have 128 players, and it looks this good and sounds this nice. Never before. So this thing right here, let's see real quick. Let's see if I can pull it up. Okay. Does this not, oh my gosh, does this not look, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe it's not the exact model, right? Because we got, this looks different. Maybe it's just a design choice, but maybe it's you know, maybe it's what comes before. That's exciting. I think they actually, I'm still holding out hope for a 2142 sequel. I think there's some things that DICE has put in here as far as lore goes that leads you to believe that that's somewhere where they're looking for. Okay, but like I said, four-man squads. We have 5 capture points on this base. This grappling hook looks a little crazy as far as the lift goes, but you know, whatever. I really wanted them. This is a kind of okay. So this is a drawback for me. I really wanted them to fly into this. Now he's avoiding it. Maybe that's a good thing. And really quick, let's actually just take a look. So this has, looks like 3 seats. and it's got 3 gunners. So that's interesting. I don't know what this is called. But it's got 6 seats, 3 gunners. What is a Burso? I don't know what that is. But I wanted them. It looks like, is this Hellfire rockets or something like that? MV3B Condor. Oh, that's the name of this. But yeah, I wanted them to fly into it just because I want to see if or how weather affects pilots. I'm not really a pilot, but I think that gives to the immersion, right? If you are a pilot and a sandstorm hits and you're just like, shoot. You know what I mean? Now you got to like navigate through murky vision and all that stuff. And, you know, depending on wind and whatnot, that probably affects how well certain crafts fly. It does look like, and I also, even if it wasn't flying, I would have hoped that they put some boots on the ground in the sandstorm. Fortunately, they didn't, but it does look like you'll get to fight in it because it's going over the A command point. I wonder if it goes all over the city, though. So I did hear that you would be able to drop in tanks, as they show here. I'm assuming it costs some sort of points. I wonder if they have a commander. I haven't heard any like confirmation or like, you know, strict no about commanders being in the game. So yeah, like I was saying though, like these explosions look beautiful. And when I had the sound on, the ambient sound like sounded nice if you could kind of block out the music. It very much is, it's like, it feels like it's still cinematic to a certain degree. And they're just playing the game. Like, that's great as far as immersion goes. This is the type of stuff that you want to see. It makes everything feel epic. So this is interesting. Now, I watched Level Cap's video, and his take on it was that it was kind of gimmicky. Seemed a little unnecessary. I didn't really have a thought or opinion about it either way, but in looking at this, like, I can kind of see what he means. I don't know that, like, we need to be able to swap out everything on the fly. I think you should probably be more rewarded for planning out your, I'm just going to call it operations beforehand. So if you as a squad want to take a building that's close quarters, you should probably plan for that and, you know, have people kitted out accordingly instead of just, you know, you're apparently good for just about every situation because you have attachments that you can just plop on your gun. Now, that being said, it does look like it pulls up a menu. You're probably not going to be able to fire, and this looks like it could be time consuming and unsafe. So maybe it's not that big of a deal. And it's not really a game breaking thing for me. So that was the one thing that I noticed actually. I know I'm switching topics a lot, sorry. But we have a takedown animation here, and then I believe, right, we got a takedown animation here. So I'm wondering if takedown animations are automatic if you're coming from behind, or if it's something that you can opt to enter into, like a, you know, like a finisher emote from Apex Legends or something. I would hope that it's not automatic, just because, you know, some of us are planning on collecting some dog tags out here, and it would suck if you had a guy dead to rights and you entered into an animation and then all of a sudden you just get lit up from a sniper or something that you didn't see or couldn't see. Now, maybe, I guess an argument would be that, like, that's part of the game, you know? Like, you should probably only knife in, like, smart situations, or else the knife could be OP, but I don't know. So this is something I actually want to look at. So it looks like this is the, from the reveal trailer, this is the quad scene. Oop, not that. Now, in my last video, I thought that the physics hit the physics of the quad hitting the chopper was what caused the chopper to explode. But it looks like he has C4, so that's probably a good thing, to be honest. But I kind of want to see, right? So he hits it. It doesn't explode. It hasn't exploded yet. But when the quad hits the chopper, it does knock it off its balance. Also, there's a delay in between him clicking and the C4 exploding, so that's maybe good to know. I don't know how big it is. I'm in 0.25, but so it looks like there is physics in the game that, you know, if a chopper gets knocked by something that's just like physical, like essentially a rock, it does lose balance, and so that's cool. That's like a little attention to detail that probably doesn't matter too much because How many people are going to be able to launch something at a chopper that's in the air? Not many. But it's like a cool attention to detail to have that in the game instead of just being like, oh, it hit me. I took some damage, but it doesn't look like anything happened. Got zip lines. Okay. This map also has 5 command points. I wonder if there's going to be large, like medium and small versions of each map, or if they all have a standard size. Because I know in Battlefield 3 and 4 there was large, medium, and small versions of maps. Now this is interesting, right? Because it looks like this guy's firing in 2 different directions. So I wonder if this is a 3-man chopper. Right? He's shooting to the left. This gun's shooting to the right. So I wonder if this is... But it doesn't look like a transport chopper. It looks like an attack chopper, just one that like it looks like it has rockets on it, you know? But it's like one that... I wonder if there's a gunner in there and he can shoot in 2 different directions, but I don't know how you would control that. Or if there's actually 2 gunners and then like this guy never fired rockets though, so I don't know if the pilot has rockets, but it's interesting. I've never seen that before. And it doesn't look like the one that we saw before because it actually has a propeller, whereas the other one didn't. I think that's pretty much it for me. The only other thing is, so this tornado, and okay, so another map that has a tornado-esque thing. So okay, logically speaking, right? It would make sense for choppers to have issues flying. And I'm wondering if this guy is getting sucked in and he has to drop flares because somebody fired a rocket at him while he's vulnerable. But even like if it's, first off, this is cool. This is absolutely cool, right? This tornado is sucking in this chopper that's just landed on the ground with nobody in it. It's just taking it because it's that strong. You know, I don't know that like most games would put that much effort into detail for things that aren't occupied by people, right? They've really gone out of their way to create an entire atmosphere, and it seems like they haven't left anything out. You know what I mean? They're not just going to put a tornado that affects players and then the vehicles are just for some reason rock steady in place. Even if there's nothing in there, it's a tornado, just like how it would in real life. It's going to suck everything around it. It looks like this guy might be fighting a little bit. It looks like that guy got sucked in. But yeah, if I had to complain about one thing, I just wish this map, I don't know why, but I think that's going to be my favorite map. Anyways, if I had to complain about one thing, it's that I wish they had shown more like inside the weather storms, like what fighting is like in there. But maybe we're saving that for the beta. And if I had, I guess, one other complaint, even though it was live gameplay footage, it was super cut. I guess what I would really have preferred to see was like raw footage of just the battle progressing and just, you know, maybe somebody commentating over it. That being said, I can understand why they did it this way because they had a lot to show off, and so makes sense. All in all, though, those are like super minor complaints that really don't affect my judgment either way. It's just a preference thing, and I'm still looking forward to this game. Oh, the other thing, the big thing, the actual problem is that they didn't give us a beta date. They should have given us a beta date. Maybe it's in Steam. And yeah, this was all on the Xbox Series X. I think that's great for all the console players. I'm looking forward to this. I'm excited. Real quick, I'm going to be trying to start making some actual videos. I'm going to cover some games from E3. Just like give you my reactions on games that I'm excited for. But I also want to try and I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on certain things, and there are things that I think specifically with 2042 that I haven't seen people talk about that I personally find exciting. So I want to create videos centered around that. I'm brand spanking new to all of this technology, so it might take me a hot minute. But I'm gonna give it my all. So I appreciate everybody that watched this video and my last video. I appreciate the comments. They were super cool. I wasn't expecting anybody to see it, honestly. So thank you guys. Till next time. See y'all later. DubsKennedy out.